हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल अतुलेडू। तो वीडियो को स्टार्ट करें उससे पहले मैं आपको बता दूं कि हमारे चैनल पर आपको एजुकेशन और फैक्ट से रिलेटेड सारे वीडियोस मिलते रहेंगे, तो इसको सब्सक्राइब करें और दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें। तो चलिए वीडियो को स्टार्ट करते हैं। Today in this video we will discuss few questions from the chapter The Blue Bead by Norah Burke. Through this chapter we will try to discuss important question which will cover the explanation of the chapter as well. So see the full video to get complete knowledge. If you want this PDF, you may join me on Telegram. The link has been given in the description box. You may check there. Question number 1. Where did the huge crocodile live? Where did it came to rest? Therefore the answer, the huge crocodile lived in the deep black water. It was twice the length of a tall man. It had naught to hide. It came to rest in the glassy shallows among logs with its eye and nostril raised above the water. Its tail had irresistible power to move with a vast force in the water. Its mouth ran almost the whole length of its head. It lay closed with an evil smile, and where the yellow underside came up to it, it was green in color. Here you can see that the crocodile was very huge, and where it was living in the deep black water. Its length were also given that it was length of a tall man, and where it was hidden among the logs with its eye and nostril above the water. And why? Just to see and monitor what was going around it. The color of the crocodile was green. Here the appearance and where the crocodile live is given here. Okay, let's see the next question, number 2. Question number 2. Throw the light on the Siba's lifestyle. Siba lived in a mud house in a village above the ford. She was a thin, starving child. She had no proper clothes, but her body was covered with rags. Her skin was of oiled brown cream color. Those rags were also torn to make a skirt and a sari. She ate chapati wrapped around green chili and rancid butter. It was her best meal. Her hair was black and she had great eyes. She was poor and never owned anything except a rag. So you can see that she was a poor girl who lived in a mud house. Here a starving child was given, which means she did not get proper food to eat. She has no proper clothes to wear. The color of her skin given, it was oil brown cream color. How she eats the chapati? She eats the chapati with red chili and rancid butter. It was the meal of her. Through this you can say how she was spending her life. She was not so rich. She was just a poor little girl and also very hardworking. Now see the next question, number 3. Where had the boy and the men of Gujar community gone? Why were they called junglis? Therefore the answer, the men and the boys of the Gujar community were out of the camp either with their herd for grazing or gone to the bazaar to sell the product when the women were away to fetch the water from the river. The Gujars were junglis as they were born and bred in the forest. They did not know the world outside the jungle. For many centuries their forebears had lived like this, getting their living from animals, grass and trees. They were a man in wandering pastoral age, not stone age hunters and not yet cultivators. Through this you can understand that these Gujars, about which in the chapter it has been given, that what the men and the boys do of the Gujar community, they either go with their herds for grazing or go to bazaar to sell the products. What the work of the women? To fetch water from the river. The Gujars were junglis, and why it was said? Because for the centuries their families and their ancestors were living like this. They get their necessary things from animals, grass and trees. Through this you can understand that why they were called junglis. Now see the next question, number 4. Why did the women make noise while crossing the river? Answer, there was a river on the way where the women went to collect the paper grass twinkling between the trees, sunlit beyond dark trunks. The women came out on the shore and made for the stepping stone. They laughed and quarreled while going toward the river. They cranked their sickles and forks together over their shoulders. They shouted above the gush of the river. It was all due to keeping the crocodiles away as the noise frightened them. Here you can see that why the women shout when they cross the river. Their motto of the women just to keep the crocodile away from them, as they believe that if they make sound, the crocodile will frighten and stay away from them, and during that time they will cross the river. Now see the next question, number 5. Under what condition did Shiva work? What did she keep in the cave? Shiva was a hard worker. She worked non-stop under her mother's vigilance, but her imagination soared high over the bright water and golden air to the bank where she had played as a child. She had stored some little bowls molded of clay while they hardened for painting. The only thing that cooled her sweating body was wind coming across the hundreds of miles of trees. Here you can see when she would go to work with her mother. There she worked very hard, but she was also a child, so she played with muds and keep it in the cave for drying. And what she make? She make some bowl, okay, which was made of clay, and she will paint when it will dry. Through this last line, you can see that her body was sweating, and only the thing which dry her sweat was the wind which comes from hundred of miles. Now see the next question, number 6. Why did Shiva come alone when there were other women too in the group? It was evening and the time to return back to see the grazing animal and evening meal. The loaded women set out to cross the river again, but Shiva remained there only. She walked slowly a bit and ran to see if the little clay cups were still there in the cave, waiting to be painted and used. When all the women left for their homes, she ran behind to see her cups and had come down alone to stepping stone. Here you can see that Shiva was also with them for work, but when they were returning, she was very much tired and walking slowly behind them. When she reminded she kept the cup made of clay in the cave, she ran just to see it, and she will also bring it for painting and it will be used. But when she returned, Shiva found that the other women left for home. Number 7. What did Shiva do when she saw the Gujjar woman attacked by the crocodile? If you read the chapter, you get to know the point that in the chapter it was a woman of Gujjar community who was attacked by a crocodile in the river when she went for the water. Now see the answer. Shiva was watching everything. She came into action, leaping like a rock goat and jumped from boulder to boulder. She reached beside the shrinking woman and drove the haycock at the reptile's eye. The beast crashed back, exploded the water and disappeared in the bloody foam water. She then pulled the wounded woman out from the water and thus saved her life. Here you can see the braveness of the Shiva. What she did, she came into action just after seeing the woman who was attacked by the crocodile. What she did, she just jumped from boulder to boulder, reached to the woman, and what she did, she used her haycock and pushed it in the reptile's eye. The beast crashed back and get hurt, and what it did, it leave the woman there and disappear. Later that, what did Shiva did? Shiva kept the wounded woman out of the water and saved her life. Now see the next question, number 8. What did Shiva find in the river? Why her heart was going up in the flames of joy? Here the answer. Shiva took the wounded Gujjar woman to her encampment and then went back to the river for her grass, sickle and fork. The fork was lying in the river, and as she bent to pick it up, she saw the blue bead. At that time it was not appearing blue because the sun had already set, but its shape was wobbling in the stream. She reached her arm down into the cold silky water and took it out. It was already pierced and ready for use. Finding it, her heart went up in flames of joy, as since long she wanted a bead to make her necklace. Here you can see that after the incident, what did Shiva did? Shiva went back to the river. For what? For picking up her sickle and fork. What she saw? She saw her fork was lying in the river, and when she bent to pick it up, she saw a blue bead lying over there. She picked it up and it was ready for use. She was in joy. Why? Because she wanted a bead like that for making a necklace. As she was poor, she could not afford a necklace, and she was very much happy after looking at it. So friends, these were the few questions from the chapter. I will bring the summary of the chapter in the coming videos. So subscribe to our channel. And if you found this question and answer helpful, you can join our channel and like this video. Thanks for watching.